Shakespeare!
Galway Arts Festival is delighted to welcome Propeller back to Galway for their third visit. This year they're bringing two plays yet again. One, a serious history play called Henry V, and the other, which is The Winter's Tale, a romance, a comedy, but also has tragic elements involved. So we're thrilled that they're coming back to enthrall us and to thrill us yet again, as they've done in previous years.
I think it just lights up the stage. I think it's really good. I really enjoy watching it.
Shakespeare, he was wonderful. He was wonderful. He had insight into the human condition.
Something you can't experience in the movie theatres and the cinemas, and you see the emotion on people's faces. You get to interact with it a bit more, I guess.
It's great. It's really interesting. You always have a lot of fun there.
It's definitely the atmosphere, and you also can connect with the characters more.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Shakespeare, our boy, is going to be putting on a hell of a show, so we're really looking forward to that one.
And we came to see Henry V.
Henry V, it's a hugely educational experience and theatrical experience for us all too. It's tragic to some extent purely because the French population suffer quite severely at the hands of the brutal, the outrageously egotistical and I suppose arrogant and totalitarian King Henry V, who was a nice guy back in Henry IV Part 1, but now he's grown up to be a bit of a mature tyrant and a bit of a dictator, and I suppose he has eyes on expansion into the French kingdom, which he duly does, and he duly wins the Battle of Agincourt, and he subjugates the population of France to his own brutal rule, if you like. Nonetheless, Shakespeare takes a very clear look at what it is to be a good king, the ideal king, the perfect king in so many ways, who has to some extent, rule by the sword, and likewise he too will, I suppose, in his own time, to die by the sword. And the contrast that's available because of a serious history play juxtaposed with a comedy or a romance, which is The Winter's Tale, is fascinating because you see the whole gamut of human emotions on stage on two separate occasions. But Shakespeare is fantastically interesting for all audiences 400 years later, purely because Shakespeare captured the human spirit, the human heart, the human soul, and he got really clearly inside the machinations of the human mind 400 years ago, which is kind of incredibly psychologically accurate and profound to this day still. Because it takes you out of your comfort zone, it switches on your lights again, it wakes up your heart, your soul, your mind, and it thrills you, it enthralls you, it nails you to your seat, and you leave laughing, you leave smiling, you leave with new lessons in your heart and soul too.
From Henry V, unsheathed thy sword for lack of argument.
My favourite quote is, winding up days with toil tonight with sleep.
God, the best maker of all marriages, combine your hearts in one.
I think there is not in the world either malice or matter to alter it.
All hell shall stir for this. You play a great deal too dear for what's given freely.
There is occasions and causes wherefore in all things.
Men of few words are the best men.